Whoop, 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 indeed. Oh man, ESL One Frankfurt coming up later on this year, but we've got the qualifiers for you right now. Europe and CIS as we head ourselves into the draft. I'm Gareth, and joining me is Moppax, my lovely Canadian friend. I've been making fun of him for a while, but I've got nothing against Canadians. I've got nothing against Moppax. I like you. But this draft
That's the
is
nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
anyone has ever said to you in the history of...
I have nothing against you.
10 seconds.
This draft, though, dearie me. Beastmaster, OD, Doom, and Faceless Void. Empire, I think, have one of the more interesting openers I've seen in a long time.
Team banned.
Yeah, this is two pretty popular heroes right now, but you lose a little bit of the advantage of that early Doom because you don't have that little bit of a mix of us like, oh, is he going to be the off lane? Or is he going to be going into this 4 role? Kind of messes with your bans, but instead they're just like, you know what, we really want this game? Doom. So they'll just give it away right away, 4-position Doom. And then the offlane Faceless Void. So these guys are really awesome. More popular on the Dire side because they can put like a ton of pressure into the Radiant jungle, but they can still get some work done up top from the Radiant offlane going into that Dire safe lane if they want to pair up a little bit, or you might just end up with Doom down bottom, potentially helping out up against that offlane Dire side Beastmaster, which is pretty sick right now for Finem. So I'm kind of digging what they're bringing out as well.
And look at that respect ban against the puck.
Yeah.
Don't want Scandal getting his hands on that slippery little devil again, but Finem...
You can have
Bane.
or Death Prophet.
Where's the Invoker? Oh, there's the Gyro for Empire. They've got 2 of their 3 cores so far. I mean, likely, like you said, it's going to be that 4-role Doom kind of roaming around and maybe even doing that kind of semi-dual off-lane. The Doom runs between mid and off-lane, takes up the offset large camp creeps from the off-lane and starts bullying out these supports. But against a Bane, and maybe even an OD who could be the safe lane hero here for Finem, it's going to be a little bit scary. Like, Outward Devourer as a safe lane hero against Void is actually reasonably good, but Juggernaut's picked, so it's not going to happen. It will be stock standard here from AF. Well, Team Empire, they still need a support that goes around doing stuff, right? The Doom, sure enough, you can utilize those creeps nicely, but they're lacking stuns.
Yeah. Finem, their drafts look so stable for me right now when I look at it, though. Just like OD, Beastmaster, Juggernaut. Yeah, you don't have that big AoE control for the OD, but honestly, as long as he has a Beastmaster, a Bat Rider, anyone can hold somebody in place to steal that int. We've just seen so many fights just end when he right-clicks someone 4 times and presses R. So, with the Bane to help control up people as well through the Fiend Script, and Juggernaut to create a little bit of space in the front line. It's a little bit of a scary prospect here for Team Empire, but of course, they have the Faceless Void, so it's going to be a little bit of pressure here onto Afterlife, getting those big chronos off, and he was pretty successful on the Tidehunter last game, so I definitely don't doubt him here. With the Lion, yeah, the Lion is gone. He's kind of in a nice 5th role. Typically, he's so nice to be greedy, but he's been doing all right. Maybe like a Disruptor or something here for them.
Yeah, it's a weird spot because you need someone who can face up against the Beastmaster in that kind of almost 1v1 spot. Oracle, very good at killing off the balls with Purifying Flames, though that damage output, you know, it takes like 1 Purifying Flames and 1 click for level 1 boars. And I think it takes like 1 Purifying Flames and 2 right clicks for the level 2 boars. So you've got reasonable damage output there to stop Beastmaster bullying you too heavily in the lane. Then, of course, Fortune's End plus Rocket Barrage, good combination to actually look for kills early on in the laning stage. Well, Finem, there's the Death Prophet removed. Of course, we are still looking for a Scandal hero.
Oh, do you know what would actually be so good here? I don't think they run it, though, but like a mid-brood. This is something we've seen teams go for up against like the OD when you get caught out with not having any AoE clear, really. And I've seen some teams just absolutely body with it. Like extremely well, but that's not going to be the case here, unfortunately. More than likely, you just go for the Invoker, right? Like, what else is left that could possibly stand up against this? You're not going to be getting any help as well, so it's even a little bit risky to go for the Invoker, but I don't really know what else they'd put on Scandal.
I've seen Queens of Pain not do particularly badly against ODs. You outrange the OD, you've got good harass and right-click damage. Lena's do okay in that mid kind of 1v1 matchup. Zeus, of course, is a hero that does decently against anyone who just sits there and trades farm. You know, you're not going to be against a bounty or an Earth Spirit to really roll in onto you and cause too much havoc in the early stages. But of course, I always think of Scandal as the TA and Quap player, so I'm just going to throw out TA or Quap.
Oh, that's not bad at all, actually, TA. Like,
one of his options.
It's not ideal against OD, but maybe he doesn't have the help, though.
It's not the best against Juggernaut. Like, I'm not scared about the OD. It's just like the Blade Fury and stuff from Juggernaut and the Boars. Getting... hello?
Oh.
Scandal
hello.
mid-bat.
Oh, there you are.
Looks like that's where they're heading towards. So Empire round out their draft with a little more control. They've got AoE control and pairings between Void and Gyro. They've got single target between Oracle Bat. Doombringer kind of wraps it all together with a bit of both. But Team Finem, they've got so much single target here. 4 of their heroes pretty much single target. I mean, Spartan on the Tusk as well is going to be gunning for one hero at a time with his big old punch as well. But Finem, I don't know, their lanes seem a little bit stronger. Team Empire, they've got this roaming Doom, and I think that Miposhka kind of has to have a better early game than he did with his Bounty Hunter in the previous match.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to be going that way for them this time. Because that Bounty Hunter was pretty sad. But in the end, it worked out, right? Got all that gold stacked up. Good life for them. That's the good stuff right there, man. I tell you. It's Afterlife is the only person in this game with AoE disable. Like, there's like an AoE slow from the call down. And that's pretty much it. So he definitely has the potential for some really big plays. He's actually going to start with 2 fairy. He doesn't know what he wants. He's like buying fairy fire, selling fairy fire. Sorry, he's going double tango. I like that a lot better.
Hey now, Doombringer, when he gets Blink plus the Centaur Stomp, we saw last week, before I went on a holiday, DJ from Fnatic. He played Doom in a couple of games in a row, and he was getting like consistent 2 or 3 man stomps from his Doom Centaur stun. Don't count Miposhka out if he can get the positioning right and the kind of initiation down pat. I think he could add some AoE combos here for Empire as well, but it does take a bit of work. With the lanes, nothing surprising so far from the Radiant. Just Ramses, Jaro, King R on the Oracle down towards bottom lane. Scandal over on the Batrider towards mid. Trying to get into that bottle a little bit faster with a Fairy Fire and Pool Tango, like he said. While Miposhka Doom, and up at top is, of course, Afterlife's Faceless Void. Stout Shield, probably work towards the Iron Talon if he really needs to. A late smoke here from Finem there. I held this for a little bit later on because they got the snowball onto King R. He was greedy and played into the boar. Now, it looks like this might be your first blood. As long as Madara can... He wants to hold on to this spin. Doesn't want to expend mana. Just wants to try and click him down, but they realize they don't have the chasing power. We'll have to utilize that Blade Fury from them. To get the first blood, though, as well as its bottom bounty rune. Well, this means that their lanes are going to be a little bit late. They're all grouped down towards this bottom lane, unless it's an aggro one. Is that what they're aiming for? Skylark is up at top lane in a 1v1, and they're going aggro tri-lane with both Tusk and Bane.
Yeah, and Afterlife ends up dueling up and getting the win there, so they'll be pretty happy getting that bounty rune, but that was a cute little boar bait, wasn't it? Just like, bring the boar in, we can just draw that Oracle out here for the nice little smoke play, so the lanes get a little bit of a mix-up here. Maybe next time it's just like, who is showing up here? I don't even know. And they will now find Afterlife as he rotates down. This is very scary. Up against a Bane as well as a Tusk. Like, they have no qualms about diving you through all these trees and these rotations. It's like safer in the off lane for a Faceless Void, and that's why you're seeing the carry up there.
Well, Empire still get the lane set up that they kind of wanted here. Gyro and Oracle up against Skylark, but pulling is going to be a little more interesting here for King R as he drags across this large camp for himself. While middle lane, OD against Batrider. I was talking to Blitz about this the other day as well. This OD...
Courier? Bottom? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought Afterlife was going to go for it. We're good.
Thug has 6 sticky napalm stacks up on him, and Scandal wants to keep these ones going. But against an Outworld Devourer, you kind of want to get rid of his movement speed or his turn rate, so he can't change from target to target, stealing intelligence. Get rid of his attack speed so he can't keep flowing into himself as aggression back onto maybe next time down a bottom lane, but Afterlife just wants to throw some punches.
These lanes are like perfect for them, for Empire. Like, this couldn't have gone any better, because now your Doom has the full advantage of that Radiant jungle, but he gets to be also helping out the Faceless Void still, and this like really annoying dual lane.
Seems to be working out just nicely. This OD against the Batrider, he's not having the easiest time. Scandal, 6-2. Outworld Devourer, sure enough he's 6-1, but this isn't a lane that he can dominate and crush, and we're seeing that already. Thug, he kind of needs a stick to come out to him up against his bat because the napalm charges. Scandal just keeps racking them up, and that's when Thug has to back off from the creep wave. Where's the first kill going to happen? Looks like it's going to be up at top lane, I think. Skylark, the Bounty Hunter, the Beastmaster. He's under the watchful eye of King R, but equally so, the Hawk gives vision across onto the Oracle.
I wonder why. Like, I can understand not going for the full like wand, which some people even do up against the Batrider mid, but
no
I'm
stick.
pretty surprised they didn't come with the stick.
It's a little bit weird. What does Thug have?
Level 1. He's in trouble, yeah. Nice shards.
Yeah, I've got Miposhka. He's got the bottle coming out to him, but Thug has to Astral the Batrider to get away from the flame damage out from Firefly. Scandal. Is he really going for this? There's no chance. Taking tower hits as well as dragging the creep wave across. Scandal. Thinking about diving in onto Thug there, but they'll find another kill up on top lane. As Beastmaster kills the Oracle, but Afterlife is getting punished down in bottom lane. Did you see the top kill on Oracle? It's like aggression mid, aggression bottom lane, and the one lane I don't look towards is where someone bloody dies.
Yeah, no, I was watching the mid one as well. I'm not sure how he died though, because the boar summon was actually off cooldown, so it was only a single boar that got him. Just kind of weird.
You're gonna have to keep me on my toes here. So many things that could happen across these 3 lanes. Especially on this aggressive trial in here. Afterlife has finally hit level 3, so he's got level 2 time warp. The cooldown, of course, drastically
try this mid.
comes down as the Astral will start things off with a snowball. Pick up Thug. Not onto the high ground though, and they're still stuck in the Firefly with a stun across from that little boulder toss. Miposhka thinking about going back in onto Thug with the help of Scandal, but they won't have the control they need, nor the damage to follow that one through. While up at top lane, Ramsey's behind the tier 1. And waiting for King R to get in there with a Fortune's End, but again, this Hawk available at every moment to give Skylark the vision he needs across it up at top. Rune Spot, Ice Shards are good onto Scandal, and now with the Mango forward, Spartan has another snowball. Thug will come through with the Arcane Orb damage, and Scandal will die here. Even with a Fairy Fire, not going to survive through this one, while Miposhka, Doom, probably in a little bit of trouble as well. Frozen Sigils there. Oh, they got the Rune Deny, and Thug is dead to the Purifying Flames. They turn it back around. Good play by the Oracle, comes in from the side. And greedy from Thug, not going straight from the kill onto the Doom, but wanted to secure the rune as well.
Yeah, that was actually such a sick play. Saving up on Miposhka. Then the way that all started too, like the rotation from the Tusk coming to the mid lane up against a Batrider. This is why people pick Batrider. It's for this exact scenario because he's hard to gank because of the terrain, especially against Tusk. He's one of the best counters to that. But they had the initial Astral Orb, and he was so low on mana, he actually didn't have Firefly when he went in, and he regened the Firefly mana in Astral. So they come in and it's just like, getting off that one right click to seal the last bit of int.
Oh, Skylark up at top. It looks like he is pretty screwed here, but Spartan coming in trying to get the snowball save. Not quite there just yet. But King R had a really sneaky position here, and it's actually going to be the poor little snowman that rolls himself back into Gyrocopter. One more hit, and it's going to be the Purifying Flames from King R that will secure them yet another kill for Team Empire. And these lanes for Finem, they're not working out at all, Moppax.
No, they are up in kills, but it doesn't really feel that way in terms of like the overall greed, and you can see there is a slight net worth lead there for Empire, already starting to build its way up here. And well, last game started what, 6-0 I believe it was for Finem. So this is looking a little bit better here for Empire overall, and Afterlife is closing on that level 6, so they can start to be thinking about that kind of a rotation, especially with Ramses, right? Like, he's kind of already in the spot that you typically see that rotation too. So he can just kind of come up and help them secure that top tower.
Thug's Atwill Devourer still getting in here with the last hits, and he's got his level 6 as well, ahead of Scandal. Is that Treads coming in? He's got his magic wand. At long last, he'll have that sustained through the sticky napalm charges. But although killing Afterlife's Faceless Void down the bottom lane is no easy task. There's a big old stack made up by maybe next time over towards the side for Juggernaut to clear out. The help from Tusk should be pretty useful as well. Here. Afterlife.
He didn't brain set first though.
They have the control. Got the snowball to jump themselves forward, and Afterlife, there's the shards, and they'll block him in. Good play by Finem. Inch perfect to kill him off, but now they have no Blade Fury to kill off this stack. And that's what Afterlife was really looking for, to contest this and steal experience away from them.
I feel like he should have died more than just that, because can't you would lead with the brain sap and then go into the nightmare, because you get the full duration, so he's not going to be able to backtrack your heavy damage coming out from the brain sap.
And then snowball, and then Blade Fury.
Yeah, and he would have died.
Keep it going.
Like, yeah.
I think Tusk has been spending a lot of his time like controlling bottom rune and moving himself towards mid. It hasn't always been available. Pull off that option. But an option here for Empire is actually to cut this creep wave behind the tier 1, getting a lot of damage done to it, and it will probably drop on this wave coming in just now. So killing off these boars is the deny from Skylark, not quite there. Still holding on to one of them. But through all of this, you know, the Doombringer, he's getting a decent amount of levels. He's got his level 4 coming in now. The Devour onto that catapult should secure it. And he's got Tranquil Boots as well. He's not being shut out at all. He's not really being delayed too heavily, while Skylark, he really is scrambling towards his level 6.
Well, Scandal's going to show up and find himself a triple stack. And I'm not sure how he wants to contest this one. This could get a little bit dicey. Especially with all this experience getting shared. It might even tick up the Omni Slash.
Scandal.
Scandal?
Scandal.
What?
Scandal's just dead to creeps. Scandal is legit just dead to creeps. Well, this will lead to a cooldown and a chrono. Afterlife, oh, that's a good amount of damage. The snowball save comes through. Madara not going to survive through it, but Afterlife jumps back, and it's a double kill there for Team Empire as they hunt down maybe next time. Miposhka doesn't trap him over on that ramp, and there's a haste rune, but the rocket barrage from Ramses will secure yet another. And Scandal, I don't know if that was a master bait, but it definitely worked out for them. With Finem, they got a little bit ballsy there, thinking, hey look, Batrider's stealing our stack, he's low on HP, let's go in for the kill. But good rotations all around from Team Empire, bringing in the whole gang.
Yeah, well, that was something else, so... Ramses ends up going all the way back home, though, so... It's alright, he had a haste rune, so I guess it's kind of worth it. Trying to get his farm going. I'd like to see them try and pressure down this tower as well as even this one, because you really don't want the dire side to be able to come in here just easily and take out this tower and secure that whole Radiant jungle. Like, it's just such a big deal this patch. And Miposhka is going to spot Spartan there. They try a smoke gank mid, but yeah, I think that should be the next goal for Ramses. Like, no more of this offlane. They got that tower already. Just try and secure your own jungle area for your Batrider, as well as just Ramses.
Lots of drawing on the map, not packs. I like it. I like the map drawings. It's all good. So Ramses going into the S and Y. No Helm of the Dominator. No life steal for him. And the fact that Afterlife is closing in on level 8, he's ahead of this Juggernaut by, you know, a fair distance, considering it's kind of offlane versus your one-roll carry. Spartan is going to leech some experience up at top while the Juggernaut's farming through the jungle. You have to be wary about their positioning though, and it's kind of scary when your Beastmaster hasn't used his Roar once yet. He's not been able to get it out. I don't really have anything too much to combo with it, but at the very least, Finem have had Thug farming away mid lane pretty freely for the past 3 minutes or so. Batrider stopped contesting, but they will go down towards bottom lane, and with the first Roar, secure a kill onto the Oracle. Easy as that. And now they're looking for Ramses even, but no snowball forward from Spartan. The Shard's blocked in the gyro for a little while there, but they'll group up as 3 down on bottom lane. Maybe look to push into tier 1 a little bit more.
Yeah, despite the early, like, 3k-ish lead now for Empire, this is definitely the best time for them to strike. You know the Chronosphere was down. It's now going to be back up, but you also know that Blink Dagger's not up yet as Scandal is showing in mid. So once that's up, it's going to be really scary. Like, the constant timings of Chrono, Lasso, Snowball, Bottom. Ramses, Fiend's Grip, too.
Well, the Chrono, though, back onto 3, and with a cooldown landing on the head, King off, finds the first kill, and Spartan, he's got nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. The rotations again from Team Empire work out perfectly for them. And Finem, this is scary. This is getting very scary. Miposhka's Doom is level 6. They've got everyone grouped up in bottom lane apart from the Batrider, and they are going to push heavy into this tier 1.
Oh, man. We talked about a lot of pressure onto Afterlife in terms of these AoE stuns, but my god. That is just disgusting. How do you come back from that? It's going to be shooting up the net worth even further. The OD obviously not being there from Thug, so you're missing out on all this farm that you've committed into your big core. Madara not there as well. He's trying to build him into a Battle Fury. It looks like they're going to be doing a lot of jungle in this game and trying to hide themselves away from this now roaming Scandal when he hits his blink, and I would only imagine a smoke next. They're gonna try a counter smoke from Spartan.
See, usually in my pubs and stuff in games like this, I'd say you go and fight, and that's what Finem are gonna try and do here. But look at the save back. Afterlife gets that nice little spell out as well with Madara turning back. Omni Slash not killed him off just yet, and Madara's the one in trouble. He's gonna have to try and spin himself away from this, but the Sandy's Eclipse. Oh, this OD, he's doomed and doesn't have the damage output he needs anymore, with Ramses trying to fight through this continually, spamming out Rocket Barrage and the Purifying Flames from King R. So much damage out from Team Empire. It's a 1-for-1 offlaner for offlaner. But it's going to be Scandal finding an extra over on the side. Collateral damage is that poor little Bane Elemental, while Madara, he's got another spin. Looking for King R, but the movement speed not quite there until the snowball comes through. 3-man movement forward. Scandal, he's got them all trapped in the fire and the flames, and this Firefly. Ramses astraled up with a blink forward. Scandal aggressively positioning himself onto Thug over in the back end. The Juggernaut's looking and hunting, but it's going to be King R that finds yet another kill. And Thug, he is just shredded by Ramses. Chased now under the power of this rotating gyro. Ramses comes out with a mega kill streak, a double kill, and 5 heroes dead from Finem.
Well, I guess we're just getting this out of the way earlier now, are we? The whole running into people and just all dying kind of thing. Just we're not going to wait 30 minutes and then start doing it this time from the side of Finem. But no, they can't quite find those initiations.
This is the thing I was about to start saying, is that in my pub games I would say just run at them and try and fight and maybe tilt them in a team fight. But in competitive games I think you have to try and stick in the jungle, go green, get an Iron Talon and farm. You know? Just sit back and relax a little bit. Because if you continue fighting like this, you are just pumping more and more money into this Empire lineup that wants to fight early. They want you to run at them. They want to counter-initiate with chronos and cooldowns and blink lassos. And Finem seems to be falling into a trap the Empire have set beautifully from the draft onwards.
Yeah, you're expecting them to kind of hang out in their jungle, put up these nice wards and sentries, you know, try and catch out the vision they're trying to put in, trying to catch them, maybe like a nice deep ward, try and catch some smokes. And you know that every single time Chrono and Lasso are up, they're going to be coming into the jungle. And then that's the kind of play I think that they need to get back into it, not trying to fight at this tier 1 tower.
Ramses is level 10, closing in on level 11. Sound and Yasha, 13, 14 minutes in. No biggie, no problem. Plenty of gold, close to 7k net worth. A smoke out here from Team Empire. Scandal. He's shown the blink dagger. And it's still not a great amount Finem can do to actually stop him from jumping and lassoing onto someone. And this is where you kind of expected Thug to be a couple of minutes ago, farming away in his jungle. That's where Empire expect him to be right now. Oh, maybe they don't. They ward up behind the tier 1, between it and the tier 2. They're looking for someone defending over onto this tower, but Finem, they have sat back and are playing a little more defensively now with a sigil over the high ground. Oh, Scandal, Firefly up with the lasso onto Spartan, Nightmare. It's available onto the Tusk, but he's still dragged into this damage output of Empire that no one can withstand. They get an easy pick off while the rest of them just try and split push these side lanes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh man, that is rough. Well, where's the vision game right now for them? They got one board on the Bane and one in the shop, so we'll see what they can try and do to try and prevent this. But in the end, non-stop smokes, chronospheres, lassos. It comes down to grouping, and then of course you're going to be lowering your overall GPM on the teams. You have to stick together. The only benefit, actually, they don't even have that. Like Madara can't even farm safely, just due to what he's got: Doom, Chrono, Lasso. There's so many ways for them to cancel his spin TP out. Oh, Scandal? Maybe one right click. He needs a crit or something. Nah.
He just TP's away.
Rest in peace, old Juggernaut. No more stuns.
Finem actually pushing through into the Radiant jungle. And
they have Astral, but there's towers.
Oh, it's so difficult to find anything. And if they want to dive bottom tier 1 onto Ramses, look at who's sitting right behind him. It's Afterlife on this little old void, ready with a chrono for the turnaround. But now the Beastmaster finally has his Necro 1. He did go straight into that, it's a naked Necro. Brand boots into it. Maybe they can look for a push onto a tier 1 top or something like that, because they desperately need to line their pockets and get these supports a bit of gold and definitely a bit of experience. While Juggernaut, 900 away from his Battle Fury. Quite often we see that as both a farming and a fighting item. I could see Madara kind of sitting back and just farming for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, Juggernaut's probably, one of those heroes that it's not just pure farm. It does do a lot more for your Omni Slash. Basically get to become like mini Ember Spirit here, so doesn't look like it's gonna be helping to this tower though. And honestly, if I'm Finem, I'm probably a-okay with this trade, to be honest. Like, there's no way you can fight out there. They've been roaming through. They've got great vision already. No way you're gonna be fighting into that. They'll at least get a tower for their troubles. But now Roshan is just a piece of cake here for the side of Empire, and maybe that's the last big fight that could go well for the side of Finem. You'll have the Beastmaster Hawks. You get maybe this AoE Omni Slash coming out if you get the Battle Fury finished up, but not going to be easy.
Oh, Madara. He's used his spin already, and this is going to be the perfect opportunity for Afterlife to just chrono him in place. And they're actually going to punch him a little bit first, but with a cooldown, Rocket Barrage straight onto his head. Madara, not long for this world as he's sent to the grave, and 40 seconds without him means that it is the time for Empire to go tier 2 mid or go into the Roche pit and secure and consolidate a little more objectives as Spartan. I don't know if he was considering going on to King R there. Ice Shards, he definitely was, but not going to catch him quite. As this Oracle, Arcane Boots, turned into the Ether Lens, now into the Tranquils as well. He is reasonably farmed. 4, 3, and 9.
Yeah, he's the combined net worth of the 2 supports on Finem. So generally, that's tends to mean you're having a pretty good game, I guess. Tranquil's Aether Lens. That's ridiculous. This hero's so good with Aether Lens too. Unreal range coming in for that false prompts. It's gonna be so hard for them to punish him. Like, they can't afford any of their stuns, the limited amount that they do have, onto King R at all, I don't think. Like, obviously you can't roar him. You basically have to roar Ramses if you're gonna have any hope of letting Thug finish him off here.
For Empire, there's like a cycle of counter, right? Because if you try and roar Ramses, then there's the Oracle to save him. If you try and roar the Oracle or Fiend Script the Oracle, there's the Void to save, and it's just this massive turnaround as Skylark is caught with a lasso.
You don't roar anyone because you
but the
die.
Doom is down onto Thug, and he's caught in the cooldown as well with the roar onto Miposhka. They've chosen him instead, but the Omni Slash is not going to do enough. The false promise is there, and Madara is being shredded through by King R, getting a double kill. The Oracle, he's cleaning up house, and they only lost Scandal's Batrider with Afterlife trying to join into the party again. He's got no chrono. They still have the damage output here of Ramses, as well as Miposhka running forward with a slam down into maybe next time's face, and that damage output from the Oracle is pretty freaking ridiculous. This Bane Elemental is absolutely Roger, but the snowball save coming out after the Astral now. Cool, that wand is there, but not enough to save out that Tusk. Astral with the Sanity's Eclipse, and Thug's on the run and the retreat. 4 heroes dead, and Thug's going to be the 5th. After game 1, which was so bloody close, and Finem, had the massive lead, turned around by Empire. This has been really quite one-sided.
Well, they end up diving a little bit deep there, and so they're not actually able to clean up that tier 2 tower, which I think might have been a potential gain there for them, but just kind of flexing their muscles out here. Still a massive victory for them. 1160 more gold on top of the Oracle, who's now eclipsed the Doom, as if he needed more of that.
What does he buy next? Glimmer Cape?
I think a mech would also be okay.
I'm just thinking.
Actually, looks like Doom's building the mech.
I'm just thinking Glimmer for another thing to save them from all this single target.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably what he will go, honestly, since it is already being, like, mechs being done, so why worry about it?
I don't know, with a Buckler, we rarely see the mech completed until, like, much later into the game on these Doombringers. It's the kind of the puppy build, the Tranquils into Tranquils, Buckler, Drums, then Vlad's on Miposhka, but then you've got Vlad's on the Void. I always feel so awkward about mech on Doom without arcanes, just because his mana pool is really not good.
Yeah, that's true. Now, all his costs are so low that you don't really think about his, like, puny mana pool, but it's very tiny. Oh, Scandal! Oh man, he's been so YOLO this game. Nice haste for him.
I mean, with the chrono forward onto Spartan as well, they should be able to pick up 2 here. Oh, cooldown. I'm not sure that was necessary. Snowball forward. It'll keep him alive a little bit longer, but Spartan is absolutely screwed. Roshan is done for as well with the DD rune onto Ramses. This should be a free Aegis for them. In the meantime, and Finem, they know they need to get something done. Mid lane, top lane, all being shoved out here. But Madara, with his Battle Fury, it doesn't really have that much progression from it. He was close to Battle Fury a couple of minutes ago, 3-4 minutes ago, and he's not actually got himself into any further items. Hello, a second. Oh, what's going on? Thug, Skylark, pair up to kill off the Doom towards mid lane. He wasn't sticking around at the Roche pit. Ramses will get himself the Aegis of the Immortal to give away a kill. Oh, that
Scandal got on these two.
Madara, he's got a spin, and he doesn't have spin and TP. He turns back to kill Scandal, and Scandal's actually burning through this. What's going on?
Scandal is back.
That's the real Scandal right there.
Alright, well, Aegis, last towers are probably not long here for the side of Finem. They've been
wants to come back into this. He's got rid of Athos onto Ramses, and this damage output is good. Get the Fortune's End back onto him. Ramses not going to die with the Ushot's forward, traps him in. The Jarkop is actually caught here in the Snowball. There's the false promise, trying to keep him alive a little bit longer as Ramses. They need to keep him healed up, but Spartan Nightmare is going to try and deny him. He's healed up through it all, but he's still taken out. King R continues his streak with a monster kill. And Team Empire, they turn this aggression back on its head as Finem still on the retreat. There's no chrono and little to no stuns or disables here onto maybe next time, and Skylark with Thug, they roll back onto the Faceless Void. Ramses shredded by the Sanity's Eclipse, but that's a big team fight ultimate on cooldown with Madara doomed up with no Omni Slash. Ramses, he's got no BKB, he's gripped up, he's actually being destroyed. Finem, they're going to get a big good old trade here with the Astral now down onto the Doombringer. This should be a 4-0. Not counting Spartan. Poor little Tusk doesn't do too much. Oh wait, the Oracle didn't die there. Never mind. 3 for 0.
All right. Well, suddenly now, Finem shoot up on the charts as your OD gains 1,300 gold. Uh-oh. This is starting to look a little bit familiar here, but it's going to be much harder for Finem to try and mount some sort of a comeback, much like last game, simply because they just don't have that Bat Rider, or rather the Bounty Hunter. Obviously, going to be reducing their total gold intake here. And finishing this one off.
They've all grouped up over towards this Radiant jungle as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They've
attack.
managed to get their Juggernaut, their OD, and their Beastmaster a little bit further up this net worth chart, with Necro 3 for Skylark available now if he does want it, and of course he does, and will pick it up. But both maybe next time in Spartan, they need to start picking up these Glimmer Capes and these Force Staffs and all of these kind of extra utility and mobility items just to keep themselves going through these team fights. No matter how many times you do this OD, Ramsey still needs that BKB.
This is looking really scary, actually. I hadn't realized I'd fall. They lost 5k in that total since taking Roche. It was just like jumping the shark, man. They were just done. Like, alright, we got Roche. And then they just kind of kept running. You know, it was such a stream of just non-stop running into the enemy team that I hadn't really added it all up in total, but they lost, like, everything. What a massive lead to lose.
It's fine, because King R is still 10-3-9. He's still got the mega kill streak. This carry Oracle with a blink dagger now.
Uh-oh.
Dire's middle
It all started here. When they didn't just go for the tower in the first place and then end up backing away, and then it's alright now though. They're gonna get it. They have the Aegis lost, but they still have gold from it. Alright, well, Madara, I guess. So he can start heading into whatever he'd like, be it the Manta right away if he feels like he needs that blink.
Is Scandal dead? Oh no. Oracle comes through, perfectly balanced, saves up the Bat Rider, and now Skylark is chased down and killed off. The godlike streak for King R continues. Looking for the beyond godlike soon, I hope. Scandal with BOT's Force and Blink Dagger. He caught Skylark, and they also forced the Necro 3 and the Roar out of him. And Finem still get a good trade out of this, though. Damage to tier 2. Well, they tried to do it, but wasn't quite there. But they do push up top lane.
Yeah, it's really big for them to get any towers from Finem in those kind of scenarios, right? Because you're facing up against a Chronosphere and a Lasso. It is so dangerous to go for objectives. You never really know which one of them is TP'd into the trees. Like, just because you can see one, you don't know where the other's gone. Then they have plenty of disabled to lock you down for a second core to come through and pick you off. So even if you are trading Skylark, I think that's totally worth it in order to try and open up this map just a little bit more for you. So it will be the Manta as well here for Madara, so it kind of helps out your farming a little bit more. It's a bit more defensive, and obviously up against the Doom, it's kind of one of those more classic items that you kind of hope it's going to work out for the best for you. Just dream scenario, you see it pop up, you just, you know, throw up your Manta and hope for the best.
What's Thug buying with this ultimate orb? Is he going straight into Hex, or is it going to be the Lincoln Sphere? Like, I can see merit to both, but what's your feeling on the OD?
It's a hard Hex game.
Lincoln's
It's like basically only Gyro.
Lasso and Doom?
Then Oracle. Yeah. I like Lincoln's just because of the Oracle, and like he's just gonna like false promise wherever you hex, but then at least that takes away one more thing for the roar, so
it's awkward either way, right?
yeah, it really is.
And it's not as though he's gonna go for a Manta or a Skadi on this Outworld Devourer. But the trouble is, it's also the Oracle being able to Purifying Flames pop the Lincolns. It's a tough spot to be in. Oh hey look, not packs. King R is 12-3-9, and now they're TPing en masse down towards bottom. Get the Chrono down onto Madara, and the snowball forward. Spartan actually gets trapped into this one. They want to try and finish him off with the snowball. Not available. There's Thug doomed up and Nightmare to try and stop this advance. Full staff forward with Scandal and Afterlife both trying to jump in and chase him down, but there's no lasso, nothing to stop this TP out from Madara. So they want to try and catch Thug, and with the Fortune's End forward, they should be able to do this. Scandal, sticking napalm charges, just keeps stacking up, and he's doomed to oblivion. As Thug will astral himself, but it only delays the inevitable as King R, well, tries to go for the sneaky play there. Instead, Thug will just drop.
Well, judging by that, I guess it's going to be the Scythe. because he had plenty of time to decide not to buy out anything, or maybe he's still just not quite sure what he's going to be needing here. But you gotta, like, that Lincoln Sphere, he would have not gotten Doom. Obviously, the fight could have went a little bit differently there, but again, a little bit deep in. It's just the power of this Faceless Void. Like, no matter how far you are in the game, it's still Chronosphere. And when any sort of a lead that you're bringing back, this is how they garnered that massive lead, right? It was just big Afterlife plays, so they still have to be really cautious and not slip back into the same thing that got them here in the first place, and that deficit.
The big thing that we haven't talked about, you know, we're looking at King R and saying he's beyond godlike, he's got all these kills and all of the utility he brings to his team, cancelling out like the Roar and the Fiend's Grip and all that with his False Promise. But if Finem are the ones to initiate onto King R, if they can get the Roar onto him, maybe the Hex from the OD if that comes through, the damage from Omni Slash onto King R, that's the Oracle's skill set gone. That's the heals, the removal of physical damage, everything just gone, regardless if it's ulti or not. But it's also a big streak to take. So we're looking at the graph right now, and there's what, 8k lead here from Empire. How much gold is sitting on this Oracle right now when you kill him off? 1200? Something ridiculous like that, and you don't think about that as a support, but he's going to get the False Promise on the Ramses, pops his BKB to try and turn and fight this with the flat cannon there. He's still gripped up, but they jump on in. Miposhka catches maybe next time, and now with the punch forward, Spartan, he tries to snowball away, but Fug, he's left alone on the front lines. This OD doesn't stand a chance in hell until Madra comes in with the Omni Slash. Not quite enough damage to do anything back to him, and a good chrono now from Afterlife. Catches the 2 on the back end, with Madra doomed and Skylark not having anything to throw. It looks like AF have got nothing left in the tank, and King R continues, keeps on going, beyond godlike with a double kill again. Just give him some more, give him more kills, why the hell not? Maybe next time, Purifying Flames, of course it's gonna be. A triple kill for King R's Oracle, and this is no longer a support hero.
How does it work these days if you just walk into the fountain in regards to streaks? Does it split it amongst the people who assisted? I'm like almost at that point right now for King R.
I don't know.
Like, this is going to be such a disgusting amount of cash. Not that it looks like they're ever going to get it. He's just so mobile. He's been playing so patiently with that Blink Dagger too.
He has limited mana though, still holding onto the False Promise if he needs it, and a good cooldown will zone out the rest of AF as they buy back into the game to defend their barracks. But this Outworld Devourer bought his ultimate orb a good 4 minutes ago or so and hasn't actually built anything with it. And Ultimate Orb is probably one of the worst items. Actual stats or utility or damage or anything to actual gold value. You get very little out of how much you spend on it.
Yeah, it's like way down there.
It's like Branch at the top and Ultimate Orb is somewhere near the bottom.
Yeah, I'd rather have like 2 bracers right now in that like empty slot, essentially. Like that's kind of the point you're at. So much gold just
That'd
gone.
be cheating though. Can't have 2 items
can't
in
do
one
that.
slot. Bloody Canadians always looking for the easy way out.
Well, looks like they'll at least get this Roshan, so thank you, Beastmaster. Chrono, it's back up. Are they gonna know? Oh, they know.
I just want to watch King R, honestly, with the Roshan taking Aegis over to the OD. This could be a nice little bit of respite and a breath of fresh air for Finem. No team fight here from Team Empire. I do have a Butterfly onto Ramses though, and with BKB Butterfly, the Rod of Atos on the OD, not going to do a massive amount, but hang on. We're also looking at a possible Monkey King Bar coming for the Juggernaut soon, so Madara, he's gone from not progressing at all to actually having pretty decent itemization at this point.
Yeah, and maybe if he can catch Ramses off guard, or I suppose the big thing, it really does come down to just King R, right? As said, either get him stunned up in the backlines by somebody, just be a Tusk, anyone, and then get on top of Ramses, hopefully, you know, killing King R, obviously the dream here at this point. Put that on top of your OD, then we'll finally get a Scythe or a Lincoln's out of this thing, and he finally, reluctantly, seems to buy the Ring of Health. So it will be, in fact, the Lincoln Sphere.
A little bit awkward.
And a smoke.
A little bit awkward. Yep, you're right. Smoke with an illusion for the Faceless Void. Maybe going to try and bait this one out. It moves itself forward, and the Hawk will scout the illusion. But it will only see the Void illusion, and nothing else. Not sure if the Hawk saw the sticky napalm, though. Probably saw that Ramses killed off the sentry ward. I think they know something's up over in their own jungle. The rest of Finem will just move themselves down towards bottom lane, pick up a hasten for Thug, and they'll mirror each other. Try and take down tier 2 for tier 2 trade-off here as Finem 31 to 14. This game is getting a little bit rough, but they've still got good high ground defense if they can just execute this. Have to be very wary though if there are TPs coming through. That's why Thug moves himself down here, just to make sure there's no one, you know, standing in these areas. Make sure there's no one going to be jumping in to try and set up a fight around the tower. But Team Empire.
Oh, Afterlife's running back for a TP. That's why he's not there yet. I was gonna say, where's this Void getting set up? The two of them don't have TPs, him and Ramses.
Where's the Void going to TP to? He could go to the tier 2 or somewhere just outside of the base around this area. TP in and run himself across, but add Finem. They get the damage done, they get a good trade-off for themselves, and they force, more importantly, Team Empire back to defend their base. Diffusal Blade for Faceless Void. Am I missing something here?
Nah, this is kind of popular right now. Like, there's more carry if the game goes that well, but...
I've seen it, but most of the time there's at least something that you can purge off.
I like the Blink, too. Like, I'm totally fine with the Manta, but I really don't think, considering how important the Chrono is in these fights, and the fact that as long as he Chronos 2 people, I think it's completely and utterly guaranteed that they win that fight as long as there's, like, 3 or even just 2 of his allies still alive.
Oh, do you remember the Bulba build on Faceless Void?
Was it Manta Necros?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the best. That was
I've tried that a few times unsuccessfully.
It's so fun. Well, I think
it really is.
I think now you've got to go like Treads Drums or Treads Aquila, and then Manta Necro, or well, Necro Manta. I think Necro has to come first because it gives you so much more team fight power. But Afterlife, Diffusal Blade for him. See how that works out. You've also got the Purge Creep. Little Satyr Banisher for Ramses, but Monkey King Bar for your Juggernaut will try and rip through the Butterfly. The Gyrocopter has been holding for a while now. There's high ground defense time. Keep these racks alive. The Glyph is coming back up in 6 seconds, so this is pretty good for Ad Finem. Being able to stop the push in from Team Empire. Roshan's not alive for quite some time. Weird little status quo. Back and forth.
I look at this lineup and I just don't know how Ad Finem actually take a fight. Like, it has to be some sort of mistake by Empire. There's just so many tools for counter initiation that as long as the 5 heroes are there from Empire, it's not even so much the net worth, it's just the very nature and composition of how these fights are going to go down. Like, what I don't know what they're going to follow up with if it's everyone there. Thug is just in.
He has definitely gone aggressively into this, but the call down is good. Into this little choke point, and Afterlife lands down the big Chronosphere. Ramses is trapped in it, but his Rocket Barrage is activated beforehand, and maybe next time. Looking for the disables, looking for the stuns, but it's just Empire running rampant over AF and Madara. He'll get cleared up. It's 1 kill only as the OD eclipses down onto that Doom. Sends him back to the 7th level of hell. The Team Empire just wiped them off the face of the map, not packs. You were asking how do they fight? My response to that is they bloody well don't.
There just seems to be like no option, right? Like, they don't have a Bat Rider to try and separate and pull someone far enough out that OD actually has time to do anything. They don't have their own Oracle. There's nothing along those lines. The closest thing he has is his own little Lincoln Sphere to try and allow him some sort of survivability, but this is why you always see your OD paired up with these bigger heroes when it comes down to like the big AoE spells. Because yes, Roar is awesome for when it's a single target and allows you to maybe pick them off, but by grouping up as 5, there's no Ravage or anything that just gives you freedom.
Can King R add another kill to his arsenal? Yes, he... Oh, no he can't. Ramses, sneaky little bastard, steals it away from him. King R still sitting at 15-3 and 15. And the second lane of Rax is going to be taken down here, and Team Empire looking in dominant position just to end this game straight up with lasso and right click attacks. Ramses doesn't even bother popping Rocket Barrage as he knows that his base attack damage with that Monkey King Bar is... Monkey King Bar. Butterfly! Butterfly! Not Monkey King Bar. My brain is melting. This is more than enough. The Gyro to kill off yet another, and this TP from Madara. He's going for the solo Omni Slash? No, he's going for the solo run the hell away back to Fountain. Gather up the rest of your team. He goes in for it now onto Ramses, but it's just not enough damage. The Ghost Scepter is there, and Madara is having difficulty sticking onto a target. King R, he's not targetable. He cannot be killed, and Ramses just stands his ground. Madara's Juggernaut on the retreat out, running away as far as he can, but it's not fast enough. He's still going to get taken out by the Flame Break. No, he's not. What the hell? He gets there. There we go. He blinks out mid-Flame Break, still burnt through, and good game is called. Team Empire will take the series 2-0.
Well, it was almost as if like the first 20 minutes of last game were just warm-up for Empire, and then from there they kind of played the same. throughout the second half of game 1, and then almost the entirety of game 2. Little slight slip up, little hiccup, you know, dipping back down, but really solid drafting, honestly. I just feel like the fights weren't there from Finem. The laning stage ended, and that was just kind of it. I don't know how you fight into this squad without some sort of mistake.